Crisp air, cozy playlists, and a car that just gets me. With OnStar, everything is effortless. Available Super Cruise driver assistance tech lets me drive hands-free, so I can enjoy an easy ride. Google Assistant lets me call, text, and navigate without lifting a finger. And if I forget where I parked after running errands, Vehicle Locate helps me remember my spot. This season, we could all use a little ease, and OnStar makes sure the drive feels more comfortable than ever before. OnStar, better never stops.
All right, y'all, and we are starting. This is the latest episode 3 of the Coop podcast. This is your boy Wize Grazette. Here are my cousins, Alice and Kevin. What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's up, fam? Hey, guys. What's up?
I good, honestly.
What's going on, man? How was the week been?
The week has been good, honestly. We had a little bit of time to chat before, and it's crazy because, like, I was telling my mom earlier this week, like, yeah, I talked to Alex for like 2 hours earlier, and I check in with Kevin every week because, you know, we can't just only talk on the podcast.
Yeah. Go check in and keep it cool. People go out otherwise, yeah.
And you know, somebody is actually not great at responding to group chat messages, so we have to like.
My apologies. I will claim myself earlier. My apologies, fellas. I'm terrible at messaging. Responding. We'll do better.
Man.
Well, in a case we all could.
Yeah. No, but that's life. Life is get you up. Exactly. Like phone there, but you just don't really use it. Plus, we're from the generation where
we never really had phones.
On point all the time. So
we was more outside than inside.
Definitely. Let's kind of talk about some of our activities for the month. Alice, you want to go first?
Yeah. My activity for the month is communication with your partner. Proper, open dialogue with your partner. Expressing thoughts and emotions. I've found that in my own life and in the lives of some of my friends and others, that communication is lacking. A lot of people are just assuming and presuming and things about their partners, about the relationship, or whatever it is, and everybody just going about just in their own worlds. And when you really have a conversation, you ever watch a movie where one main character has something to tell another main character, and they're in the room. They said, "I got something important to tell you," and before they could tell them, something happens. And then they have to go away to do something else. And it's like, you can still tell them, but no, you're going to let this thing drag on and then finish. You understand? It could have been dealt with there and then, but then we'll have a movie. Because then it can be problem was solved. So I would try, that has been my activity for the month, talking, communicating with my partner in a more open manner, seeing how the dialogue can be had and actually listening. And not just hearing, because it's two different things. It's hear people hear that way and then. But you listen to what that person actually say. That's where it was coming from. So I wouldn't have anything else fancy, but just open, proper communication. Communicate to understand. That's basically it.
Oh. That's good though. That's good. Active listening is a definitely a good skill to have.
Yeah, have you ever heard this saying, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth? You listen twice as much as you speak, but then the other people are not large mouths, so I don't have to make up for the 2 ears. And some big mouth people would hear that.
It might be a little more than 2 ears, that's what.
No, but I tell you, they're born in my mouth, take up for the 2 ears, and they balance. Yeah, man, I can't. People just, we hear, but we get here to respond. We don't hear to understand and digest what actually has been said, and then act on said issues. Yeah, that's basically it for me in terms of the activity, and hopefully this will just not only be activity for the month, but activity for a lifetime that you can adapt and apply to every day, everything, job or relationship. Even in mechanic, if you're listening to a mechanic, probably you might save yourself some money from being a puppet,
Yeah,
my ear, but you're really sharing or understanding, So
no, that's real. What about you, Kev?
Well, I've been trying to get a little more time with the animals, get a little more outside time since I was get up early, I leave, I can return late. So days when I get home at a substantial time, I could always say, I take them out, let her get a little around, roll up in grass, which I actually got cut next week. So they ain't really got much grass to roll up in.
No, we say animals. What animals we talking?
Well,
cats, dogs, sheep, goats. They say sheeps. Wow.
That's crazy.
Sure. Sheeps. That's wild. Okay then.
For the 2 dogs and the 2 cats, I just try to let the dogs get out on the evening a little more so they could stretch legs and run out instead of just laying down in the house or skylarking in the house.
Not for real.
And it all tie back into the meditation.
For my activity, I've been focusing more on daddy-daughter outings. My child is 13 and a half.
Don't do that. Not Asian, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I remember only she has a baby.
Chance.
Man, I literally only have 4.5 years left, of my child's childhood. And that's not a long time. It's not a long time. I watched 13 and a half gone already. So these last 4, I have been, really like trying to impart adult knowledge that's going to carry you into the next stage of your life where mommy and daddy not going to be here to tell you what to do, what time to do things, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, we've done just went and do some, personal outings, going to like this local library around here and, just things that we want to do that's specifically for us. We've been to a couple of the local events out here in Charlotte in the last couple of weeks or so. So because this time of the year generally is the time where I'm like traveling, I wanted to do this stuff now because I know that November, I barely gonna be in this house and barely gonna be in this state, let alone. So daughter outings for the win.
Well, how's that been going? How she's been receiving any knowledge you've been imparted to her? No, stuff that we wish we knew when we were younger.
You know how teens are. They know what they know.
Some get sent, some don't really fall. I understood. They
know what they know and they know what they don't want to hear from you. So but I would say like more recently, especially as we've been doing more of these outings, it's been just been receiving it more because like it comes up in more natural conversation rather than like, hey, I want to talk to you about something.
But this also ties into my activity as well in terms of communicating. Because brother was based in mind based on romantic partners and those like communicating with your child in a way that leaves a core memory for them that they can pull from no matter what age they get to. They can like, I remember me and daddy went for a walk down by the lake and because of sunset my trigger a memory, daddy said this to me and that actually came through. I followed that advice and it reached, so there's one thing I know about your child, and that is I just be a little bit baffled when it comes to other parents. My children are me. Like 100% personality is me. So it's like you look at it and like, okay, so I didn't respond to this. She definitely didn't respond to it. So it's just a matter of finding different ways of interacting and engaging that way. So that the information she wants to get over is more so received than just the action of whatever it is, so.
Cool. Sounds like all of our activities, like Alex was saying, were very communication based. Let's see if we're aligned on try this. So my try this show called To Your Eternity. It is an anime because y'all know I love to talk about my anime.
There we go.
For those that are not familiar, to Your Eternity is essentially some sentient being that traveled to Earth, and it almost started like a marble. And for I don't even know how long, it was literally just like this little black ball. And eventually, like I think it was like a wolf in the Arctic fell over it and died. And that was the first time that the entity was able to like move and see and all this other stuff. So essentially that is how this series starts. And it is on season 3 now. Season 1 was essentially it starting to like understand earth things, you know, like plants and humans, animals, people, conversations, culture, you know, nuance. And this is a very interesting way to like look at life. So if you all want to try a new anime, something that you can actually binge, seasons 1 through 3 of To Your Eternity, definitely tap into that.
Okay. To Your Eternity.
Yes.
All right, sounds interesting actually.
It's actually a beautiful piece of work. It really opens up your eyes to how life can be here.
Of course you would know. Of course you would know. Exactly.
Hey,
I've also decided that you guys also need to watch things about Christians in them. That's one of your trade things.
I do from time to time.
We want to say the humans in it. Regular flesh and blood, you know? This charge.
Watch a movie now and then.
What's your trade this for the month?
For my traders, I want to talk about Huawei products.
Have you tried any of them?
No, but I've been seeing the
have
review.
access to those, unfortunately.
Yeah, we ain't really got much access to those right now. But I ain't gonna lie, these are some actual beautiful phones with a new take on how to present a phone. Even the simplest, like the camera is completely different. The look of a camera is normal, like just blank circles or whatever. And then they have like the trifold, the slim trifold. That's a mini tablet as a phone.
That trifold phone, yeah.
It's actually like almost like a tablet for a phone, and that's actually the way they the way they designed it is actually very innovative.
You've never used any Huawei products before?
One, but I can't really recollect on how it worked in that time due to the era of it not coming on and so on.
But they're good. I actually was a Huawei fan in the past before the whole Google ban a couple years back. And they produce some top quality phones. And Huawei is a good analogy for Chinese products to some degree because we've been taught or grown to know Chinese to have some not best tier quality of products and such, but some companies do produce some stuff that's like, okay, they're arriving in the West, they're short. Huawei it has been like that for a while, but they've actually tried to run West or something like that. But yeah, they're pretty good. Unfortunately, as Ian mentioned, you can't really get them because they don't have Google services, and if you do, you often have to work along the it, and it's more hassle than it's worth. So until the government figure out what they're gonna do, you can only look at them from afar.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part because, like, I would love to try a Huawei phone or like tech. I know we're not talking about this, but I know BYD is in Barbados. I would love to try BYD electric vehicle.
I have seen some interesting looking vehicles from them.
Yeah, BYD is doing big things. I know it's really stunning to me. That company has been in existence for like well over 20 years, or even 30, I think, on this one. Is that you hearing about these things now again, it's supposed to using them because of more mainstream products. These are companies that have been in existence in China and the Asian markets for years, just spreading the ways. So
which is the important thing that I would say, because like like you all said, there generally is like this distorted view as to what Chinese products are, and just Asian products in general. Meanwhile, Asian products have been the vast majority of the products that we've really known for a very long time.
Does not.
Yeah.
I remember someone somewhere once, and I probably said this to you guys off the podcast, where I think it was in 1994, the world's most three popular words was "I love you," but since then, the world's most popular three words have been made in China.
Made in China.
So there's nothing you own, sir, that does not have some measure of a Chinese influence in it. Not unfortunate. The bad word is just that we're so ubiquitous, we're so interconnected in the world that even these phones we're here speaking on have any sparks in them from an American manufacturer that's based in California, that made in China. Everything is connected, So
no,
that's where we
definitely. Definitely. So So hopefully, Huawei, we could get some Huawei testers, and
I would love. I would love to
be the
try one of
testing
those phones.
podcast for some
There you
Huawei
go.
product.
Let's see how it goes from there. Yeah.
All right. So Alex, talk to me now. What's your try this for this?
My
episode?
try this is a bit of an oddity, actually. It's called Endel. Endel. It's a sound-based app where it just plays tones, just whatever beeping sound, different high-pitched tones, whatever. What it does, you put in your headphones or whatever, you just listen to these tones. Apparently, the tones are supposed to interact with your psyche in a way that it can calm you, relax you, I guess, motivate you a bit more. But what I've found is that I've used it for a while, on and off. And if you just listen to whatever particular tone you may choose and just put yourself out of your, close your eyes, take yourself out of your space and just listen, you do get an effect of calming. You do get a set of your settings. So I would suggest if you want to give something a try, if you've been hectic in your day-to-day, you have had a moment of peace, you can't find a bit of clarity, or if you then struggle to go to sleep sometimes, just like white noise, some people put on a white noise recorder or whatever at night. This is similar to that, but it's just tones. So it plays up and down. It's something not musical, calming, but it's just, piano tones or singing or music otherwise. Endel is actually Endel. It's a good try.
Yeah, that would be actually good to go in meditation as well, which is actually good.
There we go. That's it. You should try it. If you want to open your mind or even just close it off to everything else, just put in headphones, some tones, and just de-stress yourself there.
No, I already pulled up the app and will be giving it a try. Yeah, for sure. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I live near a train now, train crossing, train crossing. And every 15 minutes on the dot, I'm hearing ding, 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 ding. So I started playing the rain white noise on one of my older iPhones, just so that I would have the ability to kind of cancel out that sound. Because
after a while, though, I believe you're going to get numb to that sound, because we have a friend who lives close to the airport, and he don't hear them taking off at all. And when you go by him, you have to shout. He'd be like, "Oh, where are you shouting? Can you not hear the planes taking off in your backyard?" Oh, I don't know that. He just different. So yeah.
I met one of my neighbors actually, shout out to Muhammad, when I first moved in, and I mentioned it to him. He was like, "Your house must be quiet. I never hear that sound." I was like,
there we go.
Okay.
There we go. That's probably what it is too. Different distractions, different noises around, so it can negate from you sharing that in particular. So yeah, you get used to it, man.
Yeah. So now I do play the radio in the house a little bit. Shout out to Slam 101 FM. I'm always playing the tunes on my Alexa Echo. Yes. So yes, y'all are helping me get through.
But anything to make it. Yes, please. So yeah, if you're interested in trying out a niche product to just maybe take your mind off some stuff, you advise the same thing. It's in Google Play and the Apple Store. Endel, Endel. You try that out.
Yeah.
And then on to it goes.
Crisp air, cozy playlists, and a car that just gets me. With OnStar, everything is effortless. Available Super Cruise driver assistance tech lets me drive hands-free, so I can enjoy an easy ride. Google Assistant lets me call, text, and navigate without lifting a finger. And if I forget where I parked after running errands, Vehicle Locate helps me remember my spot. This season, we could all use a little ease, and OnStar makes sure the drive feels more comfortable than ever before. OnStar, better never stops.
We're going to do what if now. Let's just go left and right, the no thought process here from time to time. And this week, we're going to ask the question, where do you think we're heading with the AI? Is it a robot style life, or is that more of a Hollywood farce, Hollywood idea, or is that a potential reality?
There's a saying, does art imitate life or does life imitate art? And my friend, I must tell you that the saying is there for a reason. You know, I've already seen Elon Musk robot. I've seen other robots as well too. Just talking about China. I've seen robots in China doing backflips and gymnastics and all sort of thing. You know, it ain't no Hollywood nonsense, my man. It's about to be real life reality. In the next 5, honestly, if 10 years from now would be a safe guess to say like we're gonna be living in a robot filled world, a humanoid looking robot filled.
So we can
as
have
fast as AI.
we can have the Jetsons type thing. We have our Rosie cooking our breakfast and washing our dishes and our clothes. That sort of level. Then
For those that can afford it, the Jetsons did have money. So you know, I already saw Kim Kardashian with a humanoid robot. Yeah. So you know, again, like I said, it's definitely a potential. And you know, as fast as AI. Oh, I wanted to say, I literally just saw that Amazon is cutting like half of their warehouse jobs. Put in robots in there. So if the robots could do that, I mean,
they said that by the year 2030 something, 31 or so, they would not have hired 600,000 workers if this ain't implementation. So like,
that's crazy.
But like, if you see us headed towards these, so Terminator, iRobot, and all the other type of AI robots, shows, movies, like, and there not be particular warnings. Or it's all well and good to go this far, but do we need to get that point? Because when you take everyone out of a job and AI is running them out, what are we going to do? What are we as a human, the flesh and blood of this planet, going to do? Just be lazy and fat? Yes, you know.
We should be a Wall-E.
Robot take over.
That be like Wall-E.
Right, I think that was right.
And the humans got lazy and fat and was on the
floating chair. I've never watched the Wall-E.
Wall-E was so good.
Oh, okay. I'll check them out. I think I saw a clip of these scene where everyone just obese and chairs moving around.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, if you're seeing this as a thought a person had to put it in show, where you pushing society to get to it. And we just take a breather, implement AI where it needs to be, but like, don't rush it to this, get this point. We just have nothing that humans to do. It's like, this, you were made to do things, so. Yeah, that's just my thought there, is wondering how you guys, you know, how you guys seeing.
My thing is on that is
seeing the world going.
If these things do go downhill, how they gonna stop it? Because I mean, yeah, it got connection to the internet. Who's to say it ended up put itself on the internet to just be floating around freely,
spread all over?
Get some old trash shit. But that's some Marvel shit right there. Yeah, it's something I think for itself. So who's to say that?
It's already doing it. It's thinking for itself and you.
So what's to say that?
Have you ever used ChatGPT? God damn it, it's not again. Couple months back, he's telling me, yeah, ChatGPT, this chat. I'm like, nah, bro. Yeah, it is evil. We're gonna, you know, the robots. Me, couple months later, done. Yeah, I put your resume in ChatGPT swap.
You know what's the crazy thing?
This thing is said different.
You know what's the crazy thing? You don't even need ChatGPT right now, because even WhatsApp has its own AI.
But that's what it is. Like, you're putting it in places that like, you just want to necessary. Your WhatsApp got like way there.
Exactly.
Like, I ain't gonna add that or anything ever. It always in my face. So I can use, I guess.
Me as a person, I barely ask Siri anything either way.
You heard of the term a bloodless coup?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard a general in the United States Army, right, say that he used ChatGPT for questions on how he should proceed and the things that he's doing. Okay. So there was a war in the Middle East that there's a war in the Middle East where they were using AI to target the people that they wanted to target. Okay. So in terms of making decision making things, it could already have been done. you know, we just live in day life at this point. And it's like, well, we're not revolting because like we don't, you know, we can't we can only prove, we can't prove nothing. And the minute you try and prove something, a random drone will come and lick you down. So I mean, what could I say?
And that's all come back to my question. How, if it comes to that point, how do you want to shut it down? Because I mean, yeah, probably gonna shut down.
It's
Have you ever heard a movie called Eagle Eye?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is my point.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my whole point on like Terminator, Eagle Eye. Like these is things that like AI ain't really needed to advance as a human race.
The warning. They're letting us know.
Even the simplest thing,
they're letting us know, but we're so eager to get to that point.
Even the simplest thing like Wally, like, to show you how you can become lazy and abuse your own self and so on.
But that's appealing to some people. Some people just don't want to do anything. Everything can be taken. I remember I had to deal with a client in my last job where because she had gotten accustomed to reverse cameras and emergency like electronic brakes now. That when she got into a vehicle that did not have these features, this woman who was about 65, who grew up in times when you had to wind your window up by hands, I got her so accustomed to this electronic feature that she was debilitated in moving. She could not physically get the car operated because she don't know the reverse anymore. She just allowed her whole entire being to be so into this camera, reverse camera, that without her now, she's immobile. She's no longer able to just reverse normally. So I guess sometimes it's both good and bad in allowing and what you allow into your life and what part of your life will allow that thing to take over. You know, so but that's basically it. My what if thoughts. Let us know what you think in the comments, because I think advancing faster sometimes than what we can even process, and sometimes we just need to take a breather and communicate and see where we are, how things are staying. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it for me.
Okay. Well, fool, let me tell y'all something. News break about to be hot. News break hot. News break hot. News break gonna be hot.
News break getting wild.
Man, news break gonna be hot. So we got, I'm gonna go through the topics and we'll just start. Well, I want to start with you all first. Hoping that we can end on the lighter note, but mine is barely a lighter note as well too. It's some warships in the Caribbean. It's some warships in the Caribbean. It's some bombings happening in the sea.
It's crazy. That's what's going on. And we have nothing to do with this whole dilemma. It's a peaceful state of the world.
We never got anything to do with it.
When they come apart,
do with it, but
exactly when they come apart, there Ferraris next to me, they'll tell you us. Then carry
orgies.
When they saw saying that they have control of certain airspace in the Caribbean, it was like, we want to flying jets, but when they go apart, like somewhere else in the sea.
But it's been the thing though.
I was telling people that the Caribbean is such a strategical landing point in the world in terms of the wars that they know right now, that sooner or later this will happen. So said, so done.
But you know that the Caribbean, they fought over for strategic purposes since it's colonial times. These islands got purpose. You know, you got a whole chain of islands you control, you go protect the southern part of America to some degree. But as it is now, with regard to the American Navy actively shooting and bombing boats coming from Venezuela, and I think there was one from Colombia as well.
Trinidad as well.
Or at least one of them had a Colombian on it. Right. So with this, just like what has me is the fact that they're not even ready to the boats get even close or more than close to an American landmark or anything to say about it. It's now a threat. These named bombing boats are carrying off the coast, and yes, you may say some of them are drug boats, but any day, why is this force so large for drones? Drones don't shoot back. Yes, the men are going to shoot back to defend themselves. But you don't need an aircraft carrier for a mile of speedboat.
Aircraft carrier.
I may be
can't-
exaggerating, but I
Exactly.
think they have destroyers inside the area there. You know,
They got
and such.
nuclear powered submarines in the water. And
But then it-
this is
F-16s
crazy.
from Puerto Rico, you can't?
And they say this is from Venezuelan oil.
But that's the thing, like, America's always, that's why you don't forget Venezuela started to make noise with Guyana.
Yeah.
They want the Essequibo region because they'll be able to extract more oil from that region. But Guyana is staying for it. So all of these things are staying tied together, all these geopolitical things are staying together. So America could be using the pretense of the aggression of America, of the runners to say, all right, we need to set up shop in this area. So I know the Venezuelan government don't have any play per se, but they're showing it themselves though. They got their ships and their planes and everything. They're showing America what they got there. I'm not saying it's the most
And
modern
not
thing.
only that, they have some
But they got
powerful
public
backers. They got some powerful backers too.
Yeah. Don't forget, they always had communist ties and Russian ties, these sort of things. So, yeah, we just hope that these things don't transparent into any global conflicts. But
I hope that's
I think it's just, honestly, I think it's ridiculous though, to be quite frank. I think it's ridiculous to be quite frank because it's like, for one, it's just not legal. And I think that like we grew up in a time where yes, things, especially like the things that the US government has done has not been legal internationally, right? But I feel like in the last like 4 or 5 years, we have seen some crazy shit, you know, and this is another one of them. I'm sorry, I don't know what a narco terrorist is, okay? I literally have no idea what that phrase and terminology is, but it's foolishness. What I'm trying to understand is, how does this directly affect American lives? Because
this
whole president,
war on drugs
this
again.
Ridiculous. The whole presidency is around being America first, and this man went around on a world tour trying to solve people's problems. Big man, we got problems here. First and foremost.
But
Secondly, when a shooting and bombing 6 people on a boat, you think that boat that can cross the Atlantic? Where was the boat going? Go and do the research. Instead, you're just doing whatever. And that is what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So it's just like a show of force, and that show of force is then going to be translated into the fact that they don't feel like the Venezuelan president is legitimate. So they're going to do whatever they want to do in the meantime. And eventually, eventually, yes, it is about oil and the dispute with Guyana. And, you know, we ain't talk about Trinidad, but Trinidad out there buddying up. So it's crazy. It really is crazy.
I think a couple of people on the boats was actually Trinidadians too.
Yeah, for sure.
Two fishermen or something like that.
That's what it is. So if you start bombing these boats that have multiple countries, citizens in them, where no where they end. So if you got Trinidad trying to recoup their losses and other countries trying to recoup their losses, then it become a whole big issue. So yeah, I don't know where we go from here. We just wait and see. Because that's the thing about America. America's bullying everything, unfortunately. Yes. Who's going to stand up to them before causing the Third World War?
You know,
literally.
We're going to hope that, you know, and to prevail. We keep ourselves cool in this little rock crawl. But we are just seeing unprecedented moves from one country on the border of another. Yes, you may not agree with whatever this country may have or say or do, but I don't think that gives any country the right to just show on the doorstep and bully and bomb. Let's look at these shares and stuff. If it was flipped and any American fiction boat just happen to mistakenly down in a military exercise from another country, this is an accident. Even though America, the government are part of it, you think America would just load that down? The man can come in and want to do nonsense. So the fact that they're just saying openly, we won with 4 boats like this after this point, I think it is
10 actually. I think it's like 10 now.
Listen, you may just bombing whatever come off the shores. That in itself is an act of war. That's an act of aggression, as I understand it. If these people are actively put gun, it's literally the thing how you and these police officers shooting these unarmed black people running away from them because the police the threat. How? Make it make sense.
Yeah.
So you're saying that this boat coming from Venezuela, gonna cross the Caribbean Sea, you're gonna watch your satellites. And you're wait till they're a few meters off the there and blow it up. Because it's supposedly got you on, you're not even pulling over and arresting, interrogating. You're not exposing what is on the boat. If you were to see the hey, you get bombing woods. So what I understand where narco terrorists is from is fact that they're saying the narcos are supporting or funding terrorism. Because if they selling drugs, you might get money and never go to bombing, you part of that knows using narco terrorists. So
political mumbo jumbo.
oh for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a bullshit. It was one point out. Hopefully as the city stronger, be estimating it. We can make things go bit better before.
Well, hoping for the best for everyone, and condolences to the lost ones on the bombings.
Sure.
Yeah. So the final thing I want to talk about is Uber in Barbados. So Uber launched in Barbados. I want to say this past week. They announced about 2.5 weeks ago now, and the backlash was fierce. The backlash was fierce from people in the community. The backlash was fierce. The backlash was fierce from taxi operators. The backlash was fierce on social media. The backlash was fierce across generations. My mother texted me, and actually she called me and told me that her WhatsApp friends was talking about it with her as well too. So yeah, fellas, what's your thoughts so we can set the baseline?
Well, as a person from the same island, let's say recently open on, they got the taxi men, as you say, the taxi men, the van men, and even their own buses. And then the result from Uber that carry right by the door. How the people that are already struggling that make it for themselves, where somebody could pay them probably less to get put in front of a door. You don't gotta walk from the bus stop. The taxi man in you won't tell you distance or nothing, so you just can put what you doing.
I don't think it's gonna last. Because one, the pricing of whole transportation is in Barbados already. Already says. So when you bring this multinational corporation of brand, they did all want to change out this gonna act. What they call them is a pension. Whoever want to come and joining. When those people started raising limitations that Uber will place upon them as a driver, in comparison to what they would have been previously accustomed to, you were still a lot more people trying it, but then after a few weeks or a few months. Because the payment structure for them, I don't think is going to work and comparison to all personally get paid. That's not really going to make you one of those prices, no. We've got certain prices that are standard, but man, maybe the sex low, and the tourists coming out and say, man, one is that orange. Luggage of 11, you add up like about $10. It's that living no bit, but if you look praise, he's recommended prices, no warnings, particular tiers and settings. It may cause a fall of little dents every firm, and if it does, better for the country, whereas we have more transportation options, but as long as it's being fair and divided up through experiments to less people, and all it, What are your thoughts, dearest Toby, the driver, sir?
So when I first heard about Uber in Barbados, I initially thought that it was going to be how some cities have it here in the States. Now, for those that don't know, I lived in New York for a very long time, and now I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Right? In New York, you could not drive Uber unless you were a licensed taxi and limousine driver, right? There was no you just sign into the app, fill out verification forms or whatever and get on. So I wasn't familiar with the app. I just kind of rode around with it, and when we first started in New York with it, the prices were super cheap. I'm talking like dirt cheap, and eventually like the prices cracked up to be where they are now. But when I moved to North Carolina, they have different rules out here, whereas anybody could be a driver. You don't need
change from state to state.
Yes, it changed from state to state. Not even just state to state. It changes from city to city, municipality to municipality, right? So out here, I was able to be a part of the Uber force. And what that did was when I needed extra money, I was able to just turn on the app, go around for a little bit, get a couple $100. When I initially thought, when I heard that Uber was coming to Barbados, I thought that was going to be an option for everyone to get involved. So then, you know, again, like giving people more of an opportunity to make money with something that they have. That is not the case, though.
No.
Only licensed drivers are going to be able to use the Uber app. So the initial backlash I heard was like, oh, the taxi drivers they're gonna be out of jobs. There's gonna be so much competition in the area. The prices are gonna be down, blah, blah, blah. But then the government came out and said a couple days later that no, the prices that the government set for taxi drivers are the same prices that Uber has to operate with as well too. So
the way they come into the market then.
So when I saw those two things, I said, okay, this makes sense now. And let me tell you why, right? Alex, you said this is a multinational organization, right? When somebody comes from Sweden and they're looking for a taxi, they're familiar with Uber. I want to take this opportunity to shout out Pick Up Caribbean because I used them when I came this summer in August, and it was easy, it was quick, it was simple, the prices were very clear. I had no problem with it. I actually used it twice. Twice. I had no problem with it whatsoever. Now, I know about that because I'm Beijing, right?
Well, yeah,
you know, man from Sweden, no idea. Man from Mexico, no idea. Man from Australia, no idea. They're gonna open up that Uber app and they're going to look for Uber, and they're gonna grab one of the same taxi operators that's right there to go along. No.
So, but my thing with this is, how are they going to pay the people that are doing the Ubers? Are they going to collect the full sum, or they collecting a percentage?
So Uber is going to take a percentage out of every individual transaction. Now, I can't speak for what Uber's operations will do in Barbados, and hopefully on future episodes we're able to like get people who have tried it, and we've could kind of see the back end of the system. But how it works as a driver is that they give you a card, like a debit card, right? And after every trip, your money is put onto the debit card instantly. So they take out their cut, and then you have the debit card, and you're able to use that debit card to draw off money, to pay for things, whatever. So if that is the same system that they're gonna have, then they would also have the ability then to make money the same way. So that is the way that I'm looking at it, as like, a way to modernize a industry that's already modern. What I need that can use some upgrading, but at the same time, when people are coming, because again, Barbados is tourist country, and it's terrible to hear that, but if you look at the amount of people that come to Barbados on a year-to-year basis, it's like 3 to 4 times the amount of people that are actually on the island.
Yeah.
So
but we are still, as I said, ranked number 2, number 1 for the last 2 years in tourist weddings.
Yeah, and the vast majority of those people have Uber in their country. So when they come, they're going to use that app. Not just coming out the airport, they're going to use that app everywhere. So a lot of drivers, I heard like 400 plus drivers or so I signed up. A lot of drivers are going to get a lot of money. They ain't going to be no parking up at the stand and just waiting for God knows how long, or giving out a card and, waiting for somebody to call you back or whatever. That you turn that app on, or it's going to be booming.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess there's potential in it then. As long as it's managed correctly and there's no underhandedness, and the people can get accustomed to Uber taking their cut, because that cut's going to be a little percentage I'm going to see.
If any taxi drivers actually sign up for this, they want money also for the gas, and they'll put out our diesel. So I hope that for their sake, that percentage is still in there, so that they could.
Yeah.
So it won't be much of a change to say, even if it's like at least $2 more that they making off of the hustle. I would like it to be something beneficial to them.
For sure.
Yeah, I just think the sheer. Yeah, I think the sheer amount of rides, like the sheer amount of rides that they will have.
But this is the thing that got me a little concerned. You're saying that they're capping the price at the local price with regards to the taxis. Taxi fare already is an expensive thing in Barbados. So if you pay Ubers at that, and then you're reducing their full cut because you're going to get Uber's going to take the cut, you're going to have, to me, even less ratio.
That pricing ain't gonna be another turn. I'm telling you, unless I pay $65 on Pickup Caribbean, big man. I'm sorry, Uber gonna give me the same thing, and I'm gonna pay it because I'm not gonna have no choice because I can't car.
Pickup Caribbean. Do you like contact the person that can come for you? So they basically give you the number or something?
No, I request a ride and they match me to somebody.
Okay.
Around that person, that's it.
Yes, and then someone just drives up. They have my location and I have their location. I just see them and they drive up and they either call you or send you a message and let them know that you're outside. I had no problem with it.
So you could try it out and see what goes from there around. But
so is it also from Apple Store and Google Play?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You download there, yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. So, we love your thoughts. So let me know how you're feeling about Uber in Barbados and the war in the Caribbean. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But in any event, we are signing off. Again, you all can contact us on IG at Coopback. We somehow, some way just got the phrase Coopback.
There we go.
COOPBACK. You can hit us up on Instagram. We do post on there. But yeah, in any event, thanks for listening. This is Wize Grazette at The Real Wize, WIZE on Instagram. My two cousins still struggling along through Instagram, so we just going to bypass that.
Yep, you get it.
Yes. Well, yes, we're available on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and the Vibe. So yes, we appreciate y'all checking us out. And then episode 3, y'all.
All right, guys, have a good one. Be safe.
Crisp air, cozy playlists, and a car that just gets me. With OnStar, everything is effortless. Available Super Cruise driver assistance tech lets me drive hands-free, so I can enjoy an easy ride. Google Assistant lets me call, text, and navigate without lifting a finger. And if I forget where I parked after running errands, Vehicle Locate helps me remember my spot. This season, we could all use a little ease, and OnStar makes sure the drive feels more comfortable than ever before. OnStar, better never stops.